Oh, it's you. Cool. Deadline is kind of close though, so we do it in Riga. Grain, honey, raw metal, and I'm lacking honey and raw metal? Well, the honey kind of makes sense, I barely produce any of that. The raw metal I'm more surprised about. But I'll be able to get another land commercial route going. So what I need is to wonder why Lubeck still is starving. Haven't I supplying it constantly? Yeah, I give it loads of food, but oh well. I think you need to heavily supply it to stop them from starving too bad. It makes me laugh though that it's going down so much, because it means that Lubeck will be an easy one to take over. Thagnus. Find me some honey and... Haven't I chasing down Ragnabert? You went the wrong way. Actually, why did you not get on with him? Oh, well, if you're on your way there, then I need someone else to take care of Ragnabert. There we go. Alright, is everything going fine? No, I still need wildcard Thagnus to get honey and metal. And get honey from there, and interestingly enough, metal from there. But I can also just get metal from here, so why worry about it? A lot of things to remember at one time, and I am terrible at that, but hopefully this will be okay. I got people to impress, and goodies to take here, there, and everywhere. Well done, A4, you're no longer unemployed. That's something to be celebrated. Alright, so Hunter's at sea. He really needs to get rid of that on-fire cog, though. Oh, we don't see this often, but where is that on-fire cog? Oh, normally you see them like burning away, but I guess not. Not this time, at least. Right. Hunter from Alberg returns to Alberg. Hunter of Lubeck goes there with a mead. Hunter of Danzig returns home. Chie grabbed some flotsam, I guess. And then Thagnus is there with the honey. The honey, there we go. So get it over there to Haarlem. Okay, good. So that means I can satisfy you. And you are very happy. Let's make you incredibly happy. North Kingdom. You're just regular old happy. Swedeman. Okay, this should get us Stavanger. Reward Aarhus. Ugh. Okay, so in this game it considers... Wait, does that mean that Malmö is Swedish? Okay, this game... Yeah, if you say so. In any case, yes. Stockfish, clothing and beer. I should be able to get you all of that without worry. Stockfish is still needed here, but isn't it just on the market? No, it's not. Hunter, we need some stockfish here straight away, and I know you have plenty of it. So there we go. Aarhus is now available to us. And there it is. I was really wanting Stavanger, but I guess I'm preaching to the wrong guy here. At least Ahus has plenty of building materials for us, or at least I would say plenty if I had more clay, but I do not. Clay pits are not functioning at max capacity. Hell, they're barely functioning at any capacity. Perhaps I'm overdoing it on the fish. So let's get rid of some of you, and... Okay, well the problem was clay pits were always down at low numbers, so let's bump that back up. Happy with the production of sheep and cloth, never seem to be short on those right now. And then there's stupid sexy Flanders. Haarlem still misses honey and raw metal. Wasn't I sending over the... Okay, wildcard is almost there. Honey, raw metal, and... Done, that'll max out his happiness. Good. So North Kingdom, Sweden, Pomerania, Livonia, they are all very grateful to us. How grateful though. Well, even more when I give them that money, but just look at how much money it's chewing away from me to bend over backwards for them with this. When it comes to Livonia, there's only one land route that they really offer, but we can live with that. Dump the goods and get back out there. Looks like we've got candidate for beaches of the world, Jake. I was thinking about the lesser known beaches of the world pack. I need to get to work on that. I outlined it and I laid the groundwork to make it, but then I just never worked on it. What can I say? There's only so many hours in the day. Now where's Wildcard Thagnus? Because I think he's better off suited over there. Boston and Scarborough, they're looking okay. Good, housing occupancy levels are satisfactory. Edinburgh's good, Boston is good, London we don't care about. Is it growing? Yes and no, mostly no. Bruges we don't care about. It's the places I've invested in that I want to make sure housing occupancy is at the correct level, such that I and only I take over the place. Of course, for many of them that's a given. Okay, now I don't have anything outstanding other than myself. Good. Ripend still continues to punish us. Speaking of punishing people, I'm going to stop in by Riga and say that their money is my money. I could do that to all the places I own, but I can worry about that later. Whoa, where did Ahus go? Found a new city. Good. That made me worry for a wee bit. Alright, Ahus now exists. Ignore that, it bugs out when you first make it. It produces absolutely nothing that's very special. And I just invested in Visby to get pitch. Produces all the things that we've been working on to get plenty of anyway. Now I could make Ahus my localized place to get tons of wood and clay, since, well, can always do with more of that. But if Visby produces pretty much nothing but pitch, then is it okay to have Ahus produce metal, for example? I mean, if it just does all three of these. Just to be clear, in this game, Denmark and Norway, Sweden are distinct regions, yeah? Norway, Sweden, Denmark. But Denmark is these three cities, I think. But Sweden gets Malmö, Visby, Stockholm, and Ahus. There's another Danish one that we've yet to bring up from the sea. We will, though. Oh, we will. All this talking all day, I need a drink. And all is well. Okay, so Ahus needs a vast amount of building materials. Thankfully I have that. And it's going to thank us by giving us vast amounts of building materials. However, I'm going to grab some people with the people mover. Meat and beer, always need more of it. That's the problem though, lack of meat production. That's why I really wanted Stavanger, but I didn't get it. And you just keep wanting things. Give me a casket full of gold to show your respect. How about you just go away? Still though, I need people. Oh, that didn't get them for me. There we go. I'm gonna push a few more people back in because I don't want to completely ruin my stockfish. Just because I built up a good baseline amount of it doesn't mean I don't want to keep producing it like mad. Still though, people mover goes to the tavern, collects them. Because I at least need a baseline number of people for my new city. Now where was Wildcard Thagnus? And why was my beer hanging out here? I think I told you to get back here so that I could make you a lot bigger because you do beer for the West, and you're the only one that does beer for the West. The West needs a lot of beer. Supply it. It's a huge journey as well, so that's why I want so many cogs on it. You purely make tons of money for me, so that's fine. Scarborough without beer, it's a frightening proposition. Lubeck's still starving though, that just fills me with happiness. Oh man, if everybody in Lubeck dies, that's going to be so sweet. I have an idea though. What I can do is... if People Mover was around here, I could abduct the people from Lubeck. Okay, well you're going to get there. You're going to pick up all these materials I'm going to need. Which, yes, includes plenty of bricks, maybe not too many of them, plenty of wood, again, maybe not too much of it, but also food to keep the place going. At the very least, tons of fish and that. Helsinki is bringing that cheese over, I hope. Alright, get over there. I wonder if there's a way to sufficiently teach a place a lesson. As in, Ripon keeps charging us for mooring there, and I'm not happy with that. Alright, we're looking good here. They'll start building everything. Good. Even the church. I'm missing someone. There's a hunter that should be in... Oh, it's over here. That's right. Better not forget about that. Support for land commercial route. He wants hemp, wine, and cloth. That would be good if it weren't for the wine that he wanted. But I should have wine scattered around the place because I tell people to hold on to a certain amount of it. And yes, Lubeck Hunter is hanging around here like he shouldn't be. But whilst he's here, why doesn't he collect some wine from somewhere? Because you can already do that, that's why. So I will found that new city, we'll get that new commercial route set up. Does the Northern Kingdom man want us to do anything though? Not yet, he will. And then there's Flanders. You might think I'm checking these guys too much, but their happiness goes down so quickly. Yeah, fine, just take my money. I clearly don't need it. We just dealt with Livonian man, and Pomeranian man just wants money as always. Wow, I've never kept the lords this happy, ever. Well, it's done. So Riga gets to enjoy that, and I get a new land trade route, right? Runs from Riga to Kaunas. Never heard of it. But there it is, Kaunas. Produces both honey and mead, which is kind of good. And Riga is now building up a wagon depot, so I can send wagons there, which is kind of cool in its own way. But I set up some... Oh, right, there are other people with wagons that go along here. That's kind of cool. I want to have a look at some of these places. Didn't I build some wagons? Show me my wagons. Oh, he hasn't built up any of mine because of lack of pitch. That's terrible. Alright, all is well. Still, the amount of grain is sky high, but there's so much metal now, and metal is generally required over here. I think Edinburgh drinks up all the metal for all their metal goods, so I can offset that just a wee bit. Also, how's Lubeck doing on the dyeing front? Stellar work there, my friend. I'm going to take the people mover and dump them somewhere that needs more people. Not Neustadt as it happens, but Visby could always do with more, because I want those... Oh yeah, Visby is jam-packed. But the population is actually looking fine, because there's so many houses there. Like I said, I'm going to dump some people in Visby and abduct people from Lubeck. Because life on the seas is a life for me. So I'll go and poach them over in Lubeck. Are any of you not working? Yeah, I told Australia to get some people, right? Okay, they got the beer. Hell, I think they took all the beer from Aalborg. That's quite funny in a way. And Edinburgh's beer production actually dried up quite a bit because I told them to work in the smelters instead. Which is fine, but I don't think the beer production is going to keep up with demand if I only have 66 of them. Currently my beer demands are somewhere in the region of 81 production facilities, where I have 66 here. But that's okay. I mean, there are other places that can make beer for me in the future. In the grim dark future, there is only my beer. I mean, Scarborough could subsidize the beer flowing. Could probably do a pretty good job of it as well. I mean, they're soon going to run out of jobs, and I'm going to need more businesses. On the other hand, I have pretty much no honey coming in, so it might actually be nice to have them make some honey. Because much as beer makes a ton of money, I don't want to say money isn't everything, but good demands cover all goods. It's better to have all kinds of goods coming in. So what am I looking for? 40, which means 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Now Scarborough's plenty in lack of clay, I believe. Of course. But they'll get it. They will get it. So, people mover off to abduct Lubeckers. So many actions require you to jump into. Oh, that's nice. Not only can I take you, I can take the economic refugees. And I can improve production here. We want clothing, they say. Alright, I say. This is disgusting. Do I even have many of my own businesses here? Yeah, I already built a couple of tailors. I'm going to tear those down later on. And I'm going to make Lubeck man suffer. But not before I take his money. Still, those economic refugees? Here you are. Oh, Lubeck's gonna burn! Beautiful. The downside is I can't really dock here yet. I need Ahus to actually build everything up first. Unless I throw them somewhere else like Visby. I mean, granted, there is still space in Visby for 1,000 odd folk. And that would help get the pitch flowing super fast. And I do want that pitch flowing super fast. Yeah, it's a lot less hassle if I just take them over to Visby. Now what I didn't do was set up the metal around here, because I do have more metal than these guys can be satisfied with. 500, 500, 300. Yeah, maybe I was wrong. They were saying they want metal. Bremen wants metal. Why does Bremen not get any metal? I will have to check our metal brigade. Metal Ag... Not Ag Abba. He gets everything done in the center. And then I drink your dollars gets everything done east. The metal goldfish doing the west does plenty here. But it seems like Bremen just doesn't. Loads and unloads plenty, so why? Is it just not enough? Let me consider that there are... Oh, let me consider that there's treasure. Ten-day demand for metal is at about 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't see any reason that the goldfish can't take care of that. So what the heck is Bremen doing with all that metal? Well, looks like I made a boo-boo there. He's just not selling it. I wonder if he's not alone in that. Because quite a few of these guys say they don't have enough. Yep. How many am I counting houses is that a problem in? There'll be somewhere that produces metal goods who I want to keep the number of the amount of metal pretty high. But honestly, they should just hold on to lots of metal. Alternatively, people that produce metal goods can sell to 500, but they hold on to a lot more of it. That makes a lot more sense. If they don't produce metal goods, keep it at 50. If they do produce metal goods, then 500. So I mean, you produce it, take 500, that's fine, but keep lots of it. Keep lots of it. Dum-de-dum-dum. Yeah, so sell to 500, but keep thousands of it. That's good. Yeah, I see your problem. So it was never really a problem with getting the metal out there, it was a problem that it wasn't being sold by the administrators, and that is all on me. Alright, that should be fine. That does tell me though that perhaps I am getting too much metal. Metal goods continue to flow. So what do I do about that? Well, I despair that Malama has no metal here, so perhaps metal in the centre. And I can't forget about Edinburgh, they always need a lot of metal. So where's my central metal man? Metal. That's pretty cool. But that's meat. Perhaps you in the centre do not do enough. You get to Malama, you dump everything, there's nothing left for Oslo. And Oslo, you can tell, they don't get enough. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to purge you of impurities. And I guess, you know, a whole carvel could probably do the centre quite quickly. Yeah, you know what? What's the point in having carvels if you don't use them? Get to work. And take all the metal. Good. Jake, save first. Yeah, good idea. I know you meant that for doing all that counting house stuff. But save we shall. Alright, what else needs to be dealt with? Ripon never seems to get any metal. Do I just ignore them in my metal things? Doesn't seem right. Yeah, you're looking fine there. But why? You went to Danzig and gave them nothing. They have 500. Do they sell to 50? I just want to be sure about that. If I'm okay, then I can sleep solidly. Good. Everything is fine there. More commercial routes, but they want pelts. That's a problem, because I do not deal in pelts. Not really anywhere that I can get pelts readily. Aalborg, though. Aalborg buys them up. Thank God for that. Whew. That would have been worrisome in a moment. So Danzig needs some pelts. Something that Hunter can take care of. Get them over to Danzig. People movers moving people. Hunter, grab that map. Hemp, pelts, and wine. Good. Lower the prosperity of Aalborg. That is never going to happen, so no. Does Flanders man ever anything for me? He does not. And then there is the Swede. Nope. Alright, check Northern Kingdom, and there's always Livonia, but I got the one trade route off of them. No troops in Kaunas. So Livonia doesn't have anything to offer me, so there's no point in trying to make him happy anymore until I'm in a position to buy land. And buying land is a whole different kettle of fish. You don't even really want to know. Come on, Aarhus. That architect will be done in 5 days. Hunter's on his way over to satisfy the Danzig man. Wow, Danzig just got big. I'm actually not too happy with that. I would quite like Danzig to suffer a bit. It's getting too big for its boots. It does produce plenty of wine, which is quite nice, but I would like it to retract just a bit. Because it's growing outside of my influence. Tribute again. Oh, but he's going to transfer Königsberg over to us. I don't see a problem with that. Hopefully nobody else builds up Königsberg like an AI. That would make me very unhappy. Okay, but I need Aarhus to be built up and then I can turbocharge it with everything it needs. Otherwise, stuff looks just fantastic. No particularly large build up here. Still the grain, but that's not a problem. Do you think there's any problems? Building materials for Novgorod, that's a laugh. Lübeck, storage costs. Why? I mean, I don't have a huge amount of warehouses here, I will give you that. I think I'm just buying up stuff in Lubeck. Either that or I'm dumping without noticing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I don't think I'm dumping anything here. Lots of wool, but that's because it produces stuff. No, no real problem with air, I just need extra stuff. The DDR blind returns.